Good morning. I call to order the regular meeting of May the 7th, 2025. Mr. Clerk, roll call, please.
Mr. Baker?
Here.
Mr. Beck?
Here.
Commissioner Chauncey?
Here.
Mr. Graham?
Here.
Commissioner Hilton? Okay. Dr. Highlander?
Here.
Dr. Mackey?
Here.
Commissioner Sharp?
Here.
Commissioner Shipley? Mr. Smith?
Commissioner Smith will not be with us today.
Thank you, sir.
How's it going?
Mr. Chairman Eversole.
Here. Invocation and pledge will be conducted by Commissioner Shipley this morning, so all please rise.
This morning, we have Ed Alexander from Stanley Heights Baptist Church. We'll be doing the prayer. Remain standing for the pledge.
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day of life and health you've given to each one here. Thank you for the freedoms that we enjoy here in this country. We thank you for those who protect and serve here in the great state of Tennessee so that we can continue to carry forward life and liberty. I pray for the things that happen here this morning. I pray for the matters that are represented, those that seem great and those that seem small, that which is right would be upheld. Those that are in the right would be rewarded. God, I pray for wisdom for each one as they make decisions, that they would know what is right and equitable and fair and just and what promotes life and liberty. And we thank you for those who serve us here. And in these troubled days, many with no peace, we thank you for the Prince of Peace. We thank you for Jesus and the peace that he brings to the hearts of everyone that knows him. And we ask your help today, for it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Thank you, Commissioner Shipley. We have one late agenda item in presentation added to the today's agenda. Resolution, and each of you should have 525-18. Without any objections, I'd like to add it to today's. And Commissioner Sharp.
Yes, Chairman, thank you. Several weeks ago, our colleague from District 4 brought to the attention of this board a great accomplishment by a local educational institution and their athletic prowess. The Chattanooga Mocs men's basketball team, and suggested maybe we should have them come in. And I have asked that they do so. And Coach Earl was kind enough to oblige. So we prepared a short resolution in recognition of the great run that they had this past season. And Jennifer, if you would, read the resolution into the record, and I maybe have a few things to add. Then I'm going to ask Coach Earl to join us.
Resolution 525-18, a resolution recognizing the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga's outstanding accomplishment and being the National Invitation Tournament basketball champions for 2025, and acknowledging Coach Dan Earl for his outstanding leadership of said team. Whereas the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga men's basketball team made history on April 3rd, 2025 at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana, by becoming the first Southern Conference school to win the National Invitation Tournament. Whereas the road to said title was paved with hard-fought battles that pitted the team against such opponents as Middle Tennessee State University, Bradley University, and Loyola University Chicago in the semifinals, and University of California at Irvine in the finals. Whereas Coach Dan Earl set the school record for most wins by head coach in his first 3 years with 68, and ranked second in program history with 5 postseason victories. Whereas this county legislative body, as joined by our county mayor, are proud of the fact that the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga is located within our borders, and that its students have decided to further their educational pursuits in our community. Now therefore be it resolved by this county legislative body in session assembled that we do hereby with grateful appreciation the outstanding accomplishment of the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga men's basketball team, having become the National Invitation Tournament champions for 2025. And we pause to express our sincere appreciation for their and Coach Dan Earl's success. Be it further resolved that this resolution take effect from and after its passage, the public welfare requiring it.
Like to move for approval.
Second. Commissioner Baker made the motion. Commissioner Highlander second that motion. Okay.
Thank you, Chairman. Again, I want to thank Coach Earl, his coaching staff, and all of the mocks and the flock, for that matter, that followed him around this season. We made a big fan out of my 10-year-old, and the Sharp family officially joined the flock just a few weeks ago. I encourage everyone to check that out with the new rules with NIL. In order for us to maintain this competitive streak, we really have to put the work in. And I know Coach Earl is ready for the job. There's a few other things that I just wanted to mention in addition to this short resolution. The UTC Chattanooga men's Mocs basketball team this year had 29-win season, which is tied for first with the 2015-2016 season for the most wins in program history. They claimed the Southern Conference regular season title by 2 full games, and with a 15-3 conference record, they finished 29-9 overall, ranked 25th in the NCAA Division I winning percentage. One of only 14 Division I teams with 29-plus wins this season. The University of Tennessee Chattanooga men's basketball team became the biggest underdog to win the NIT title ever. First ever unseeded team to win the NIT title since its 32-team format returned in 2007. The Mocs finished winning its last 10 road games to tie the University of Houston for the NCAA tournament finalists for the longest active streak in the 24-25 season. They went 12-5 on the road during this season and had 12 road wins to tie the single season school record. Since 2020, UTC has earned 47 road wins, more than any other Division I program during that same span. The NIT championship game itself provided up to $8 million in earned media exposure for the Power C for the Chattanooga Mocs, as UTC men's basketball had a program record 10 games on national television this season, 4 of which were from the NIT tournament. Named the 24-25 Southern Conference Coach of the Year as voted upon by fellow league coaches, the 6th different SoCon Coach of the Year in UT Chattanooga program history, 4 in the past 12 seasons. Guys, we've got a really solid program here. Am I not close enough? Sorry? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Coach, you want to join us? No one has quite had the early success as Coach Earl here has had as an impressive 68-32 record in just 3 seasons, improved win total each season from 18 in the first season, 21 in the second season, now 29 wins in the second season. Coach Earl has obviously been a tremendous win for the Chattanooga Mocs, and we certainly hope that he stays around for a while. Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know most of the players are gone back home. But thank you for joining us here today, and if you have a few words you'd like to share, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I have another laundry list of accomplishments that we have, so if you want to read those, no, that was awesome. Totally awesome. this whole world is fascinating to me because I'm in a gym all the time. So, but can't thank you enough to David Sharp, to everybody here for having us. The city of Chattanooga has been totally awesome. I mean, the parade downtown, the recognition our guys get. If you had a chance to tune into the games or come to McKenzie Arena during the year, we can't thank you enough for all your support. And if you had a chance to meet any of our guys, and I know one or two people certainly in here have, they're wonderful, high-character young men. They played unselfishly in this new world of transfer portal and NIL and all the things that are challenging college basketball. So I'm so appreciative of them, and just really enjoyed the ride and can't thank you enough for all your support. So thanks for having us here as well. Thank you very much.
I guess we've got a vote here. So
Oh, we do.
got Commissioner Mackey. You had a comment to make to the coach?
I do, Chair. Coach, first of all, let me thank my colleague for bringing this resolution. We brought it to the attention of the commission, and he had the audacity to bring it forward. Coach, UTC is now my adopted university. And I'm 110% in and have been for a while. It didn't take the victory. And I don't know if you all know, before the NCAA rose to prominence, it was the NIT that was the major win. And Coach, we are just, and what's your assistant's name?
Alan Treacle.
Alan, don't leave Chattanooga. We need you here. And, but what I was going to tell you, and many of my colleagues don't know it, when I first came back to Chattanooga State, I used to play guys on the team. It took 8 years, one-on-one, before one of our players beat me. Now, I couldn't.
30 years ago.
50. But Coach, I would come out for the team and practice, participate to be a power forward for you, but
We can use some rebounding and defense for sure. So,
I have a physical game.
yeah,
And nobody, physical.
that works. That works.
But Coach, we appreciate the time and effort you put in. We appreciate, and I know that man that you coach, I know you're invoking within them character traits, hard work, honesty, all of that. And so we thank you, and I do hope that what he has done will attract other fine young men to our university and to our city. So again, thank you, coaches. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Commissioner Highlander?
Thank you. Coaches, both of you, I thank you so much. As a UTC alumnus, I appreciate what you've done athletically, but I just want to say I was privileged to be at the area Fellowship of Christian Athletes banquet, and two of your players spoke, and they were so moving with the character that they had and dedication, not just to the basketball program, but to the city and to God. And that really impressed me. And I think that character development that you gentlemen have helped instill had a lot to do with their winning percentage, but even more that makes them better men. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Okay, see no more lights, Coach. April 3rd was the fruits of your labor. And you know more better than anybody of what you had to do to build to that point and to get it. Coaching in a single game is just a small piece of what it takes to get there. So your dedication and what you've done to build, and now you're building again, it shows your talent and your coaching staff talent. So thank you for what you do, and thank you for your staff and your team. Congratulations on an outstanding year.
Yeah, thank you so much. We certainly appreciate it. Go Mocs. Go Mocs. Thank you.
Okay. Do a roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Beck,
Yes.
Commissioner Chauncey.
Yes.
Commissioner Graham.
Yes.
Commissioner Hilton. Dr. Highlander.
Yes.
Dr. Dr. Mackey,
Yes.
Mr. Sharp,
Yes.
Mr. Shipley,
Yes.
Mr. Eversole.
Yes, so resolution 525-18 passes. Good deal. Congratulations. Okay, we will move forward. We're looking at minutes that need to be entered and recorded for the recess meeting on April the 9th, 2025, the agenda session, April the 9th, 2025. The regular meeting, April the 16th, 2025, will be the will of the commission.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Highlander made the motion. Commissioner Baker second that motion. See no lights, no one standing, roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Beck,
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Hilton, Dr. Highlander,
Yes.
Dr. Mackey,
Yes.
Mr. Sharp,
Yes.
Mr. Shipley,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. We also have 4 reports that need to be entered into the record, Mr. Clerk.
Will do.
That will move into resolutions. We got 525-1, so Madam Clerk, if you read the caption.
Resolution 525-1, a resolution to approve and accept applications for notary public positions, the bonds and oaths of notaries previously elected, the oath of deputy sheriff, and to file the bonds of Hamilton County 911 Emergency Communications District.
Second.
Mr. Graham made the motion. Mr. Highlander second that motion. See no lights, no one standing, roll call.
Mr. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Beck,
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Hilton, Dr. Highlander,
Yes.
Dr. Mackey,
Yes.
Mr. Sharp,
Yes.
Mr. Shipley,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman Eversole.
Yes, 525-1 passes, 525-2.
Resolution 525-2, a resolution to confirm nunc pro tunc the reappointment by the county mayor of T.W. Francescon as the chairman of the Hamilton County Employee Appeals Board for a term ending March 15th, 2027.
Mr. Beck made the motion. Commissioner Highlander second the motion. No lights, no one standing, roll call.
Mr. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Beck,
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Hilton, Dr. Highlander,
Yes.
Dr. Mackey,
Yes.
Mr. Sharp,
Yes.
Mr. Shipley,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. 525-2 passes, 525-3.
Resolution 525-3, a resolution confirming the appointment of Casey Smith to the Hamilton County Board of Electrical Examiners for a term ending March 1st, 2027.
Commissioner Hilton made the motion. Commissioner Shipley second that motion. See no lights on, no one standing, roll call.
Mr. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Beck,
Yes.
Mr. Chauncey,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yes.
Commissioner Hilton, Dr. Highlander,
Yes.
Dr. Mackey,
Yes.
Mr. Sharp,
Yes.
Mr. Shipley,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. 525-3 passes. 525-4.
Resolution 525-4, a resolution to appoint Rose E. DeCosimo to the Hamilton County Audit Committee for a 3-year term beginning June 26, 2025 and ending June 26, 2028.
Second.
Mr. Graham made the motion. Mr. Baker second that motion. See no lights, no one standing, roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Beck, Mr. Chauncey,
Yes.
Commissioner Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Hilton, Dr. Highlander, Dr. Mackey,
Yes.
Mr. Sharp,
Yes.
Mr. Shipley,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. 525-4 passes. Commissioner Mackey?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, before we go to the next resolution, is this the committee that Commissioner Baker kind of, have they taken any action yet or what?
Yeah, they're meeting quarterly, working real closely with Chris. Glad to have you back, Chris. And they staggered the terms. So one of the CPAs, Mr. Harris, was on for 1 year. So Rose DeCosmo will be filling that slot.
So we're still in good stead.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I learned a lot from them,
Okay,
a ton.
good. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
All right. Commissioner Sharp?
Yeah, Chairman, thank you. I just wanted to note, I believe one of the notes about, I guess the travel expenses was something that came from that committee meeting just recently.
Excuse me. That was, yeah. And I think I'll just reiterate, when we get it check, like in my case, I got one for the girls' track team. That check needs to go directly from our office to them. And then we're going to get some of those little fake checks. Are we talking about that? Okay. Oh, cool. She's ordering. So that it doesn't break the chain of command. Pardon?
You're right. We got the blank checks.
Blank checks, all right. So we can get our pictures, so which we love doing. We love, I'll tell you what, it's just it's a very heartwarming thing to see these kids that, you might have seen as babies, and now they're adults. They're winning awards, doing well academically as well as athletically. It's a great thing to be a part of. And I'm honored. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, we're going to bundle 525-5, 525-6, and 525-7.
Resolution 525-5, a resolution making an appropriation to the Mountain Education Foundation in the amount of $2,500 from general fund travel discretionary monies as allotted to District 2. Resolution 525-6, a resolution making an appropriation to the Mountain Education Foundation in the amount of $5,000 from general fund travel discretionary monies as allotted to District 2. Resolution 525-7, a resolution making an appropriation to the Waldens Ridge Emergency Services in the amount of $2,640 from general fund travel discretionary monies as allotted to District 2.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Mackey made the motion. Commissioner Highlander seconded the motion. See no lights, no one standing, roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Beck,
Yes.
Commissioner Chauncey,
Yes.
Commissioner Graham.
Yes.
Commissioner Helton. Dr. Highlander.
Yes.
Dr. Mackey.
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp,
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley,
Yes.
Chairman Eversol.
Yes. So 525-5, 525-6, and 525-7 all pass. 525-8.
Resolution 525-8, a resolution to authorize payment of $140,000 to Kurt Deering and attorneys Michael and Hamel, P. LLC, for full and final settlement of any and all claims arising from his employment with the Hamilton County Health Department.
Motion approved. Second. Commissioner Graham made the motion. Commissioner Baker seconded the motion. See, lights on for a conversation. No one standing. Roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Beck.
Yes.
Commissioner Chauncey,
Yes.
Commissioner Graham.
Yes.
Commissioner Helton. Dr. Highlander.
Yes.
Dr. Mackey. Commissioner Sharp,
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley,
Yes.
Chairman Eversol.
Yes. 525-8 passes. Commissioner Graham?
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to say, for the audience, I have a couple of constituents here that haven't been here before. These were all discussed last week thoroughly in our agenda session, and this session that we have this week is how we vote. So these were not only discussed last Wednesday, but we've had 8 days to contact people, work on these different issues, and then so we were prepared to vote for today. So thank you for allowing me to explain that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, welcome. We'll move forward to 525-12 is the next committee as a whole.
Resolution 525-12, a resolution authorizing the county mayor to accept a donation from Walden Security, Ronnie Barnes, and Steve Holmes to the Hamilton County Veterans Treatment Court in the amount of $2,200 to purchase 300 challenge coins and to amend the Office of Economic and Community Development's fiscal year 25 revenue and expenditure budget accordingly.
Second.
Commissioner Graham made the motion. Commissioner Sharp seconded that motion. See no lights, no one standing, roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Beck.
Yes.
Commissioner Chauncey.
Yes.
Commissioner Graham.
Yes.
Commissioner Helton. Dr. Highlander.
Yes.
Dr. Mackey.
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp.
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley.
Yes.
Chairman Eversol.
Yes, 525-12 passes. Then we move forward to 525-17. I'm sorry, that's Finance Committee. I marked wrong. So we'll. So that is,
We did 18.
we did 18. 18 was done,
Yeah.
so we're good.
Yeah.
So now we'll move, I'm sorry?
9.
9 is Finance Committee. We'll start with,
With finance.
yeah, we'll go ahead and move to Finance. So Commissioner Baker, you want to
All
lead
right.
the row in Commissioner Smith's absence?
All right, 525-9, could you read the resolution, please?
Resolution 525-9, a resolution accepting the bid of Robert Roberts LLC for the juvenile court addition project amounting to $2,152,964 for Hamilton County Juvenile Court and authorizing the county mayor to sign any contracts necessary to implement this resolution.
Move to approve.
Second?
I didn't hear who moved to approve. Commissioner Beck? Okay. And the second was, I heard Commissioner Graham. Okay,
So
So you know-
Beck Graham,
I'm sorry.
Beck Graham.
Yeah, Commissioner Beck and Graham.
Okay.
So you know, lights, no one standing, roll call.
Commissioner Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Beck? Commissioner Chauncey? Commissioner Graham?
Yes.
Commissioner Helton? Dr. Highlander?
Yes.
Dr. Mackey?
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp?
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley? Chairman Eversol.
Yes, 525-9 passes.
Could you read 525-10, please?
Resolution 525-10, a resolution approving a software support and maintenance contract from ESRI, Inc. for 1 year beginning June 9th, 2025 through June 8th, 2026 for the Geospatial Technology Department amounting to $116,025 and authorizing the county mayor to sign any contracts necessary to implement this resolution.
Commissioner Graham made the motion. Commissioner Beck seconded that motion. So you know, lights, no one standing, roll call.
Commissioner Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Beck?
Yes.
Commissioner Chauncey?
Yes.
Commissioner Graham?
Yes.
Commissioner Helton? Dr. Highlander?
Yes.
Dr. Mackey?
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp?
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley?
Yes.
Chairman Eversol.
Yes, 525-10 passes.
525-13, please. Whoa, 11. Let's go to 11. And then we'll go to 13.
Resolution 525-11, a resolution authorizing the county mayor to sign a grant agreement with a term beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026 in the amount of $201,000 with the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Commissioner Graham made the motion. Commissioner Shipley seconded that motion. So you know, lights, no one standing, roll call.
Commissioner Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Beck?
Yes.
Commissioner Chauncey?
Yes.
Commissioner Graham?
Yes.
Commissioner Helton? Dr. Highlander?
Yes.
Dr. Mackey?
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp?
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley?
Yes.
Chairman Eversol.
Yes, 525-11 passes.
Okay, we'll do 525-14. Just kidding, 13.
Resolution 525-13, a resolution authorizing the Office of Emergency Management and Homeland Security to apply for and accept if awarded a 2025 Norfolk Southern Railroad Safety First Grant in the amount of $15,000.
Commissioner Graham made the motion. Commissioner Beck seconded that motion. See no lights on and no one standing, so roll call.
Commissioner Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Beck? Commissioner Chauncey?
Yes.
Commissioner Graham?
Yes.
Commissioner Helton?
Yes.
Dr. Highlander?
Yes.
Dr. Mackey?
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp?
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley? Chairman Eversol.
Yes, 525-13 passes.
525-14, please.
Resolution 525-14, a resolution to provide funding to Northwest Utility District, Bakeville Utility District, and Hickson Utility District for fire hydrant installation and maintenance, amounting to a total of $125,000 from the Office of Emergency Management, and authorizing the county mayor to sign any contracts necessary to implement this resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Helton made the motion. Commissioner Shipley seconded that motion. See no lights, no one standing, roll call.
Commissioner Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Beck? Commissioner Chauncey?
Yes.
Commissioner Graham?
Yes.
Commissioner Helton? Dr. Highlander?
Yes.
Dr. Mackey?
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp?
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley? Chairman Eversol.
Yes, 525-14 passes.
525-17, please.
Resolution 525-17, a resolution authorizing the Southeast Tennessee Development District to apply for a grant administered by the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development for funds from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for disaster relief related to the 2020 Easter tornadoes.
Second.
Commissioner Graham made the motion. Commissioner Highlander seconded that motion. No lights, no one standing for comment. Roll call.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Beck, Commissioner Chauncey,
Yes.
Commissioner Graham.
Yes.
Commissioner Helton,
Yes.
Dr. Highlander.
Yes.
Dr. Mackey,
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp,
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley,
Yes.
Chairman Eversol.
Yes, 525-17 passes. That finishes finance. We'll move into the delinquent tax property committee. So Commissioner Mackey, 525-15.
Are there two, Chairman?
There's two.
Okay. I'm looking to see if we can bundle them together.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, if you will read both 525-15 and 525-16.
Resolution 525-15, a resolution accepting the highest and best bid for certain parcels of property acquired by Hamilton County through previous delinquent tax sales and authorizing the county mayor to enter into and execute deeds conveying said parcels to individuals listed herein below. Resolution 525-16, a resolution authorizing the county mayor to execute all documents related to a release and termination of reversionary right and resale provision on property located at 2121 Wilson Street, identified as state tax map number 136MC003, as owned by the city of Chattanooga.
Motion to approve.
Okay, Commissioner,
Second.
Commissioner Graham made the motion. Commissioner Highlander seconded that motion. Commissioner Graham?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Can I direct my question to the chairman of the Delinquent Tax
Absolutely.
or Delinquent Tax Property Committee? Anyway, Commissioner, I just wanted to clarify, I mean, I know the answer, but I want to clarify it for our audience that in both of these resolutions, this gets all of these properties back on the tax roll and generating revenue for the property tax for Hamilton County.
Commissioner, you are exactly right. That's the intent, to get property taxes that are desperately needed to support some of these projects coming forward. You bet.
Okay. See no more lights. No one standing for comment. Roll call.
Commissioner Baker.
Yes.
Commissioner Beck.
Yes.
Commissioner Chauncey,
Yes.
Commissioner Graham,
Yes.
Commissioner Helton. Yes. Dr. Highlander.
Yes.
Dr. Mackey.
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp,
Yes.
Commissioner Shipley, Chairman Eversol.
Yes. So 525-15 and 525-16 pass. Okay. That finishes up the resolutions. We'll now move into announcements. Commissioner Shipley.
No announcement.
Okay. Commissioner Baker.
No announcements.
Commissioner Smith is not here. Commissioner Mackey.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, you might remember a couple of 3 weeks ago, Boyd's Prep, a school that was being threatened to be closed. It was decided to keep that school open, but in the interim, their men's basketball team has won 2 state championships in a row. And what I seek to do next week is to bring a resolution to acknowledge what they've done.
Outstanding.
2 in a row.
It's outstanding.
And do let me tell you, they're in a district where the test scores are not that strong generally, but for this particular school, those scores are looking pretty good.
It's outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Beck.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No announcements, but I would like to recognize former Councilwoman Coonrod, who is with us today, and thank you for coming. We miss you.
Commissioner Baker.
Yeah, sorry, Commissioner Fields. I forgot to introduce you. My good friend, Commissioner Jim Fields, and who paved the way for me. And I thank him very much for his friendship and for his guidance over the years. Thank you.
Commissioner Sharp.
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to take a moment to maybe clear the air a little bit. There's been a lot of media attention to a couple of comments that a colleague of ours and I made a week ago regarding a referendum for a local sales tax increase. Something that is commonplace across Tennessee and multiple counties to help fund various educational projects specifically. I just want to be clear that, I got a power poll question in the mail today about, or I guess I received it earlier in the week, talking about a tax increase brought up to address budgetary shortfalls. That is not the intention of that conversation, at least from my perspective. I can't speak for everyone, but that is not the intention of my conversation around a local sales tax referendum. This budget and how we fund it will have to stand completely separate of that. A referendum for a sales tax increase in all likelihood would occur during a November election when most people are going to the polls, and in an election that is already scheduled, which would be in 26. So we're going to have not only this budget, but a whole nother budget before that referendum has opportunity to carry in Hamilton County. And frankly, something that I've been discussing for years is a local option sales tax as a way to address facility needs in Hamilton County schools. We have struggled to maintain what I would consider adequate facilities in Hamilton County schools for ever, basically. And I do believe that a new stream of revenue to assist with facilities and be dedicated for facilities not only would help us to achieve goals of having modern, safe, quality facilities across Hamilton County, but it would help us do that in a way that costs taxpayers less money. We have over $1 billion tourism industry in Hamilton County, and all of those sales tax dollars from people who don't even live here would help contribute to the funding of school projects. That is something that I believe we're missing the boat on. And if we were able to do so in a way, and this is well documented, I wrote an editorial about it back in July, that would pay down our debt. And I don't know the exact numbers, Lee, I don't want to put you on the spot. I'll ask you later, but we pay a substantial amount of money in interest payments annually on debt service. I would say over $20 million probably, debt service, interest payments. We'll get those numbers cleared up. I don't want to speculate here publicly, but you know, if we could bring in another $30 million a year, estimated, of course, from revenue, from tourism traffic, and from reduction of debt service and interest payments, that would go a long way in addressing these needs that we've failed to address adequately thus far. I think there's a conservative stalwart says on the radio airs every day, you'll never borrow your way out of debt. And I know a lot of people will argue a different angle on that, and it may be valid, but, and I may be rambling now. But I just want to be clear, Commissioner Baker agrees, but I just want to be clear that in no shape, form, or fashion was I suggesting that we have a referendum for a sales tax to satisfy budgetary needs in this budget. That was not the point. And it seems like a lot of people have just grabbed that and ran with it. And please do not misrepresent my words on that. Do we need new revenue? Yes. My advocation is to follow a decades-long plan, right, to reduce rooftops, rid us of deferred maintenance so that we can create efficiencies in our educational system to better invest in the classrooms. And, you know, frankly, with the way that the budget has gotten so tight this year, I think it begs the question, can we really afford to add another school building to our operational budget? We just approved architectural work for a new school building just a few weeks ago. I'm not sure what that building's currently costing us today, unstaffed. But if we can't afford to pay the teachers who deserve a pay raise this year, how are we going to hire more to operate another school building? And that's something I think that we all need to have in the back of our minds as we continue in these conversations, and hopefully we'll expand upon that in the future. Chairman, thank you for the time. I've gone too long.
Commissioner Hilton? Commissioner Chauncey, any announcements?
Thank you, Chairman. Just a reminder, this Monday on the 12th, the Regional Planning Commission will be meeting at 1 o'clock right here in this room for their regular scheduled RPA Regional Planning Commission meeting. But then at 5 o'clock, they're having a special plan meeting specifically for Plan Hamilton. So I encourage everyone to attend. It's open to the public. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Chauncey, because there's a lot of confusion out there about what's going to happen Monday. And I was even told that there was going to be no meeting until 5 o'clock. So thank you for clarifying that, because I think, I know, Mr. Janeway, we talked about, there's still a lot of confusion. So thank you for the clarification. Commissioner Highlander.
Thank you, Chairman. I won't try to mention all the names, but I see one of our partners from the school board here. I appreciate his being here, STARS, and several volunteer fire folks. And I tell you what, those volunteers, STARS and volunteer fire all across this county, I don't know what we do without them. They do a wonderful job. And I know money's tight and we give them what we can, but I think all of us appreciate what our volunteers do. It means so much. When I see them in the grocery store, if I see them in a restaurant, I thank them right there. And I know you all do too, and we appreciate them. Thank you, gentlemen, and ladies, for what you do.
Okay, Commissioner Sharp.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. I appreciate Commissioner from District 9 pointing out my counterpart on the school board, member Ben Connor is here with us. I appreciate you being here, Ben. Thank you for all that you do. And I apologize for not recognizing that you were here earlier. Thank you, Chairman.
Commissioner Graham.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too would like to welcome Councilwoman Coonrod. I'm glad she's here. Thanks for being here. And Commissioner Jim Fields, good friend of mine. We served together for 8 years. I appreciate you, sir, being here. I also have a constituent in the audience. She comes pretty regularly, but I've never recognized her. Miss Wilson, thank you for being here. And I also want to prayers for the Smith family. I know they're going through a situation right now, and thoughts and prayers will be with them. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Attorney Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Briefly, back in February, Commissioner Hilton presented a resolution where the commission gave the former property of the Humane Society 2 rooms in the inn. There was an error in the map description, map and parcel number of one of those parcels. We will present to you a resolution at the next meeting, but just for the record, we want to kind of clear it up now so that it won't impede the actual conveyance. It was just one of 4 parcels. There was one map and parcel number that was erroneously spoken, and we're going to clean that up. But we know the intent of this body was that all the property would be conveyed to rooms in the inn, so we'll clear that up for you. Okay, just want to put it on the record.
That's all. Okay. Thanks, sir. Mayor's office, Mayor. See you here. Okay. A couple of things real quick. Number one, Becker Donaldson is in the process of doing their audit, helping us look at some potential opportunities with summer compliance. And I will ask that our staff make sure that until this audit is done, make sure that I would refrain from maybe adding to compliance until we see what the recommendation is coming out of this, because I think it's going to be important that we kind of take an outside, I guess, recommendations on next steps. So I would ask that we just be very careful on what we're doing within compliance until we get the recommendations from them, which is going to be in, I guess, 3 weeks. So I guess we take baby steps. So.
Yes, sir. Any expansion relative to staff or anything in compliance or that area is budget related as well. So we would wait on the passage of a new budget for any expansion. And no new policies or procedures are being worked on at this time, sir. We are very hopeful and expecting that Baker Donaldson's report will help us in that endeavor.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Commissioner Graham.
Mr. Chairman, 2 things. On the property that we conveyed to the rooms at the end, that did have a reversionary clause for all 4 lots, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear since we were revisiting it. And the other thing was, I forgot to mention that we're going to have a legal committee meeting today with I have some information that you requested us to come together with for last week. So we'll just, if it's all right with you, we'll just convene for a few minutes right directly here after the meeting.
Okay, sounds great. So after we finish this meeting here, then this, it's not a legal meeting, it's a legal committee meeting. So, so we'll kind of cover that. So good job. Thank you, Commissioner Graham. Second thing is budget hearings begin today. So that's why you see a lot of the firefighters and fire chiefs, and STARS chiefs and so forth here with us. I will tell you, the rumor is true. It's going to be a tough year in budgets for us this year. And I will tell you, I think for me, our responsibility up here is to make sure that we're ensuring that taxpayer money has been spent correctly. I'm just going to go on the record. I'm just going to be frank on this. I am not in agreements with any tax increase. I think that's the wrong avenue, the wrong direction. I do not believe that we fix problems by charging people more money or taking more taxes, because I think the general public works hard for their money day in and day out, and we need to make sure they keep as much in their pocket as they can. And our job as being commissioners is to make sure that we ensure that those that we fund throughout the county is spending their money wisely. So when we do these budget hearings starting this afternoon, again next week, and then the week after, I would hope that there's a lot of questions asked on 2 things. Is it nice to have that extra funding, or is it necessary? Because I think what we're finding out is people want, and they think it's nice to have things, but right now it's not. It's got to be necessary, because I am not in a position here that I think that we need to be looking at tax increases, and I will not be supporting that. So I just want to make sure the record was straight on that. Commissioner Mackey, do you have something to add?
No, Chair. I have a question, though.
Okay.
If you looked at the budget and you felt your district was not being treated fairly, what would you do?
I've never seen a budget for my district.
Okay. By the way, your tie, is that for Ukraine or UTC?
It's UTC today.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Chair.
I've always seen a budget for the county, and I think us as a body, our roles and responsibilities to make sure that the county funding is spent in the right direction and is going to the places it needs to go, no matter whose district it is. I think we represent the county as well. So, okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. With that, we'll move forward to public discussion. If anybody in the general public has any comments, need your name and address. You'll get 3 minutes. I will ask you to remind you the rules of engagement with this is do not call out anybody's name within the county. This is more or less your chance to bring up any new items, topics, celebrations, or whatever. But you get 3 minutes, and your time begins now with your name and address, please.
My name is Sabrina Daniel. My address is 4410 Maryland Drive, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37412. Okay, I'm going to tell you what my goal is today. You have a handout from me, and I'm going to go through that quickly. This is going to be, I like to do communication like a water fountain, but today it's going to be like a fire hydrant, so I'm not being rude. Okay, my goal is to passionately, persuasively present a logical, common sense approach to dealing with budgetary issues that directly affect our students in Hamilton County. I've taught for 17 years. I've taught part of that time here in Hamilton. I'm a retired teacher. I have done some substituting in the fall. So I am, even though I'm retired, I'm getting a little more current about what our issues are here. Okay, I'm just going to read through this. If there's a question, comment, feel free to jump right in there as long as it doesn't count against my 3 minutes. Okay, subject, taxpayers' bullet points for decisions regarding budget concerns for HCDE. I shared these as my perspective, not those of any other organization where I might be a member. Number one, HCDE will present a balanced budget every time to the Hamilton County Commission. 2, if necessary, in order to balance the budget, cuts will be made by shrinking the central office instead of cutting programs that directly affect our children. 3, required school staffing, as long as we're talking about cutting right and left. Teacher-student ratio 1:20 in a regular ed classroom. A nurse on site, a counselor on site, principal, assistant principal, police, or resource officer prepared to defend our students. Cafeteria staff, custodial staff in relatively small schools where children thrive through thorough academics and personal relationships. 4, lobby the governor to institute a statewide program to recruit former Marines as educators, administrators, and teachers. Every teacher will tell you that respect and behavior are 2 of the top problems in the classroom, in addition to children who do not speak English. Parentheses should be there. I believe that this one idea could help transform our public school systems. 5, regular classroom size, again, 1 teacher to 20 students. I've heard talk of increasing classroom size to 28. That is totally unrealistic.
Ms. Daniels, your time's expired.
Okay.
Mr.
You've
Chairman,
got the handout.
Got your handout, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, with your permission, we'll enter her handout into the record.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. Time begins. Your name and address.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Josh Branham, Governmental Affairs Director, Greater Chattanooga Realtors, 2963 M. Nicola Highway. And years ago, I had a association president say that our association is only as strong as the people who choose to lead it. And I'm thrilled today. There'll be a few commissioners here who will be happy to hear from my friend Giacomo, who is chairperson of our committee for scholarships. Go ahead.
Morning, gentlemen. My name is Giacomo Gunnison, 2963 M. Nicola Highway. I am the 2025 Chair of the Greater Chattanooga Realtors. I'll refer to them as GCAR from now on. Consumer Education and Scholarship Committee. Here at GCAR, at the Community Scholarship Committee, it was established to give realtors a meaningful way to give back to the community. Since the program's launch in 2022, GCAR has awarded a total of $32,500 in scholarships, supporting incoming college freshmen who are pursuing higher education at any kind of accredited university or trade school. It could be dental, it could be welding school, pre-law, pre-medical, whatever. This initiative reflects our ongoing commitment to investing in the future of the Greater Chattanooga region, and we're proud to announce the 2025 recipients. So they were selected from a pool of 41 applicants from not only Hamilton County, but Sequatchie, Dade, and Catoosa counties. This year, 5 students were chosen, each receiving a $4,000 scholarship. We've since doubled it. Last year and the years before were $2,000. Miss Azaria Reed from Dade County High School. She'll be attending Chattanooga State Community College. Miss Lena Skiles from Sada Daisy High School. She'll be attending UTC. Mr. Mason Lillard from Signal Mountain High School. He'll be going to Chattanooga State Community College. Miss Mia Smith from Sequatchie County High School. She'll be going to Tennessee Tech. And then Mr. Zalvin Welch from Slaughter Daisy High School. He will be attending Union Commonwealth University. We at GCOR congratulate each of these students, as I'm sure you guys do as well, even though they're not part of our county, but nonetheless. And we wish them continued success in their academic journeys. And as always, GCOR, we thank you guys for your service and your leadership in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Highlander, do you have something?
Just very briefly, I want to thank the realtors for what they've doing for our young people and support for education, and our former speaker, what she did saying for supporting education. And we all want to support education, but thank you so much for what you're doing, what you have done, and will do in the future. Thank you.
Commissioner Shipley?
Yeah, I'll be brief. Congratulations to all those children. But I had two there, Lena Skiles and Welch. I know both of them. They're outstanding students at Slaughter Daisy High School. And I know that both of them can use the money in furthering their education. Thank you.
Deal. Thank you. Okay. Next, you get 3 minutes. It starts with your name and address, please.
My name is Janelle Davis. Address is 1015 Northmore Road, Apartment A, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37411. I'm here today. I drive for the school system. And I've been in several schools. I've been doing this for almost 15 years. This is my last year. I'm retiring. A lot of people don't understand what the bus drivers are going through, but also what you all do not know is that the bus drivers are not really trained properly. You all are putting funding in, and what is being reported is not true. It's not accurate. I know we have a school board member here, but he doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes. We have people that are driving special need buses that are on a contractor side that are not trained. We are putting kids' lives at danger. This is passionate for me. I was a supervisor. I was a dispatcher. I went back to driving. I've dealt with kids in so many aspects that this right here, this is why I'm here. Ms. Coonrod is my cousin by marriage, and she convinced me to come and speak to you all. Further training for these contractors, their drivers, needs to be done. Not just said and not just sitting in front of a computer typing and looking at videos. Physical training to protect our kids in Hamilton County needs to be done immediately. We have people driving special needs kids without a monitor on the bus. If you load a kid on a wheelchair ramp, you have to run inside. You're leaving that child unattended. That is illegal. You cannot transport a special needs kid without a seatbelt harness. This is being done. I need changes in Hamilton County immediately. We need to protect our little ones. If it is not your child, it could be your grandchild. It could be your neighbor's child. It could be my child or my grandchild. This needs to stop. You all are not aware. People are not coming to the schools. They're not talking to these drivers. They don't know what we're going through day by day. We're underpaid, but yet a budget, that's my alarm to go back to work. People do not know that we're not paid what you all think we're getting paid. We're underpaid. Hamilton County is one of the lowest paid bus driving cities in Tennessee. We're not getting paid anything to do this. A lot of us do it from our heart and do it until we retire. Nobody cares that we don't have anyone to cover routes. I graduate on Friday. They didn't have anybody to cover me. So just please make changes for us. Put that in consideration.
Ms. Davis?
Yes.
Our education chairperson here is Commissioner Highlander. If I need to get you two together.
Please do, immediately.
So Patricia, could you get some information from Ms. Davis for Commissioner Highlander and school?
I mean, this is really like touching me. Like, I thought about this all day yesterday. I get calls daily from bus drivers about discrepancies that's going on, things that's not safe for them. And they're calling and telling people and nothing is being done.
Okay.
May I make a brief comment?
Go ahead, Commissioner Howell.
First of all, let me say, I spent a lot of time in the school system, and as an educator, I carried a bus driver's license. I've carried it for about 30 years and have made a lot of trips. And I very much appreciate your concern and what you're saying. And I appreciate the service of every bus driver. They take the lives of children into their hands every time they get on the road. And it's an awesome responsibility. And I've been through a lot of training, both in Tennessee and in Georgia. And I appreciate what you're saying. And I mean, actually, that is within the school board's realm and the Department of Education, but I will do what I can to encourage them to enhance any training that they can. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate what all of you do. And I'm sure Mr. Connor and all the school board does as well. But thank you, and I'll be glad to talk with you and sit down with the education folk. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I appreciate it.
God bless you and all that drive our children.
Thank you.
Commissioner Beck.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, I appreciate you coming. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you coming up today and bringing Ms. Coonrod with you as well. I used to drive a school bus maybe 100 years ago, but the training was more extensive than I've heard that's going on today. And I am reminded of the tragedy that happened, you know, with the school board, the school bus, and with the Woodmore students. That's because there was something wrong with the training. The individual had some problems, of course, but still you could tell there was something wrong with the training. And I don't know whether it's the psychological or any other kind of training, but there was something wrong with it. And I noticed school buses on the way, because I did drive a school bus, I've noticed school buses on the way to over here and to work. I've noticed how they're not doing the right thing. And one in particular on Charlotteford Road that runs down the middle of the road, because on Charlotteford, there's a long traffic bottleneck there at Airport Road and Charlotteford. And there's one school bus that will come down the turn lane, about 2 miles down the turn lane. That's wrong. And I thought about reporting it, but then I said, well, something's going to happen. But thank you for coming. And I know Commissioner Highlander will get on that right away. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, because as you said, our kids are in danger. So thank you so very much, man. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I did speak to my school board representative, and I don't know whether anything happened or not, but I haven't seen it lately. So thank you for coming. Thank you, Ms. Coonrod, for bringing her up.
Ms. Davis, thank you. Okay. Next.
Hi, I'm Demetrius Coonrod. My address is 8907 Heritage Drive. Don't pull up to my house because I'm a Second Amendment supporter. So now I'm in Highlander District. But I'm here today because we have, in the new area, the county area that I live in now, we have, you know, a lot of issues that have gone unaddressed. Like we need lights in our area, our roads need to be paved. Those issues aren't just inner city issues. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that I was one of the ones that read in the papers and saw that. So thank you for your clarity around the tax increase. However, I do want to give some context to it. Poor communities, especially Black communities, our schools and our neighborhoods are consistently under-resourced, chronically underfunded, and often stuck in a revolving door of state takeovers, rebrands, and renamed failures. We've heard it all before. No child left behind, race to the top, every student succeed. But what has really changed? The most segregated schools are still the most neglected, filled with students carrying the weight of socio-determinants of health, poverty, trauma, food insecurity, and systemic inequality. These are not new issues. They are ongoing generational problems that don't get fixed with a catchy slogan or a last-minute campaign promise of tax increase. Yes, we need solutions, but a tax increase without accountability, transparency, and target reinvestment is not the answer, especially when the community is being asked to pay more of the very ones we've gotten the least. And let's talk about equity. Let's talk about justice, but let's stop pretending we can tax our way out of decades of intentional neglect. And we need to address the root cause of what's really happening in our communities. Our kids, we're going to school and they're overcrowded. Of course, we've been talking for years and decades and throughout history that the pay of our teachers is very low. That's another thing. And they're showing up in spaces where they're dealing with kids that's coming from households where parents are addicted to drugs. In my era, it was crack cocaine who, dismantled families. Now we have a bigger addiction, which is opioid, heroin, fentanyl, that our younger generation are dealing with absent parents from. Not to mention, and we all want to talk, it's been talking points and talked about, is that we have an influx, a heavy influx of undocumented kids that are coming to our schools that prevent a lot of students from being able to learn. My student is one of those kids. And it's not that we're against that all students should be able to learn. However, I do strongly believe that our kids should be able to show proof of age to enter into their schools, which is a bigger problem, because if I take my kid without a birth certificate to enroll in kindergarten, we're asked, are they age appropriate to attend this school? Well, I can have someone else that's undocumented show up and we're saying we have to allow them to get into our school system to be taught. Well, what does that say to the taxpaying citizen? I'm a homeowner, I pay taxes, and we deserve the same treatment that if we're gonna treat the undocumented to have fair access for everybody in our system. So my ask today is that we get to the root cause of what the real issue is within our schools, because it's more than just the crumbling buildings, folks. It's more than just that. We have bigger issues, because if not, people would not be fighting to use the voucher to go to different systems or creating charter schools for people to attend those schools. Thank you for your time.
Commissioner Mackey.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioners, we're admonished that when people make comments from the podium there, that we let them speak. But I have to come in and just say, former Councilwoman Coonrod, we need you to continue to speak truth. And we've got some things in the works, and we desperately will need you to let your voice be heard and be a partner in this initiative. Thank you for staying strong.
Mr. Sharp.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Councilwoman Coonrod, thank you for being here. I just had a question. I'm not clear, I've not heard this before, about the age certification. Could you speak to that a little more so I can better understand it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when it's time for enrolling for school, and I ask you to just show up and try to send somebody who don't know that you're the commissioner, of course, and try to enroll your kid without the proper documentation. So they ask us for the birth certificate, your shop records, and, other information, personal information. Well, if you don't have those things, you're not able to enroll your kid, right? Or even proof to show that you're the age of 5 or you're turning 5 in a reasonable time, right? You're told, well, this kid have to wait till the following year. Now, if I'm undocumented, I don't have any documentations, the mother can't provide anything, we're still told you have to allow that kid to enter into the system. You can't deny them access to be educated. Now, you all have seen it just like I've seen it. You got undocumented kids that's barely to your kneecap, and you're saying they're 5. They're old enough to get in school. No, they're not. But we can't tell or say, or we can't say, we need you to bring additional information because they say they don't have it.
But thank you for pointing that out. That's not something that has been brought to my attention. So I appreciate you bringing it up. Thank you.
Councilwoman, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. 3 minutes games with your name and address.
My name is Melanie Stover. I live at 4620 Florida Avenue. I'm a Christian. I pay city, county property taxes. I worked 30 years in government jobs. Several of those jobs dealt with approving welfare, food stamps, Medicaid for people, state and at the federal level. I'm a 70-year-old woman, owner of my home, a widow. I attended public schools. My daughter attended public schools. My grandchildren attended public schools. I pay property taxes. I want to show you this piece of paper that I recently got to see if I could get some help with my property taxes. I've worked 30 years. I have Social Security. I have pensions, and I'm having problems paying my property taxes. I'm having problems balancing a budget. I want you to consider the following, and I appreciate the speakers that spoke before because I believe they spoke truth. Our school system is in disarray. I've been going to school board meetings. I've been active in the school with my grandchildren, with my daughter, and they're talking about this budget now. And I think we need to put our eyes on what's really going on in our schools. Number one, and I appreciate that lady coming up talking about the buses. Number one is safety. We need safety in our schools. We've got teachers that are being attacked by students. We've got students that are being attacked by other students. We've got gangs in our schools. Number two, we need to educate American children, American U.S. citizen children first, and not be spending all this money on children that are here for whatever reason. Okay, and when I say educate, I'm talking about reading, writing, arithmetic, and civics, and how to be a good citizen and a good American, and to be productive in this world. Now, this budget cuts that they're talking about, we need to cut central office. They just come up with programs to increase staffing. And some of these programs may be needed right now, all these social workers and stuff in the schools, but a lot of these kids have Medicaid and can get counseling outside of the school. And that's what they need. And we don't need to be cutting this alternative school. We need this alternative school, Washington, because there are students that are going to misbehave in the classroom, and they need to go somewhere and get an education and be taught that they have to be, they need to conduct themselves a certain way in a classroom.
Ms.
And
Melanie,
I hope
you're-
you consider my comments.
Ms.
Thank you
Mel-
very much.
Your time's expired. I would ask you for taxes, for property tax, so forth, if you'll go downstairs and see Bill Holder's office, the trustee's office on the second floor, right across the hall from the mayor's office. There's special programs set up.
I know, and I make just enough. I'm just enough where I don't get any help. Okay? Because I worked 30 years and saved and bought my house. I don't get any help.
Have you talked to Mr. Hollander?
And sales tax is another issue too.
Ma'am, have you talked to Mr. Hollander?
Yes, I've been in there and talked to them.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for
Okay.
your comments. Okay. See no one else standing, so I guess there's no more comments. With that, no other business. We'll be in recess until May the 14th at 9:30 a.m. Now begin the legal committee meeting. Good call.